What's up guys, Kevin Cage here with another crypto update. Huge thanks to all that hit the like button and let's kick it off. So today's video is going to be centered around HBAR. First up for HBAR, and this tweet is for anybody that thinks HBAR is a scam. I noticed so many people on Twitter that were holders, and when HBAR was at its all-time low, at least for 2022, everybody was calling it a scam at 3.5 cents. Once again, we are all early adopters in these protocols. The protocols actually have to develop dApps and begin to increase the transactions on the network, and the more applications that enterprises are using, the idea is that this creates scarcity of the supply. And here's one partner example for HEDERA, and this is just a quick reminder for anybody that actually thinks HBAR or HEDERA is a scam. No, it's just called a bear market. We've seen this multiple times. A 2 or 3 year long bear market to shake out all the new people that came into the market at the high. Next Bitcoin halving, next bull run begins. And this is Aberdeen, the global investment company that joined HEDERA's governing council, holding over 508 billion pounds in assets, and that is equivalent to over 500 billion US dollars, will first move to make HEDERA the technology of choice for investment fund tokenization. And the CEO of the HBAR Foundation recently said that they are using HEDERA to tokenize their money market funds and then their other funds, including real estate. And this is enterprise adoption for some of these DLT networks. The good news, we're early. The bad news, we're early. And I believe the next few years are going to be very interesting and very exciting long term, even considering the circulating supply of HBAR. Utility being the key word for a lot of these protocols and networks, and billions of transactions on this network will show everyone the true potential of HBAR. So if you want to look into Aberdeen, I highly recommend it. And this is one of many global organizations, including Google. And speaking of tokenization, real-world asset tokenization will take the world of Web3 by storm. Mentioning Aberdeen for the tokenization of their money market funds, we have DLA Piper and their tokenization engine Toko. Please remember that DLA Piper is a global law firm, and they are leveraging HEDERA to go after the tokenized securities market. Now, right now in 2021, this market was only approximately 504 million, so $500 million. But remember the report from BCG, the Boston Consultancy Group, is predicting massive growth in tokenized assets, in real estate, equities, bonds, and investment funds, which HEDERA is already working on, as well as less traditional assets like car fleets and patents, which makes me think of Casper doing the largest blockchain deployment for an enterprise in history with IPWE. Once again, all 25 million patents are NFTs on top of Casper. And they expect between 2022 to 2030, so we're talking about 7 years, this tokenized asset market of 310 billion to grow to 16.1 trillion. Tokenized assets are expected to make up 10% of global GDP by the end of the decade. And no matter which way you cut it, this is over $10 trillion that will be tokenized and interoperable with this crypto asset class. And before diving back into HBAR, really quick, shared by Quant, so in quotes, we see huge opportunity, says Matthew, head of digital assets at Goldman Sachs. His team underwrote a 100 million euro bond offering at the EIB, the European Investment Bank, in conjunction with Banco Santander, a RippleNet partner, and Societe Generale. This process took just 60 seconds. And this is a major organization based in Paris, one of Europe's leading financial services groups and a major player in the economy for over 150 years, supports 25 million clients every day with over 117,000 staff in 66 countries. And this is a Forbes article, how MasterCard, Goldman Sachs, and other traditional finance titans are using blockchain to rewire global finance. In quotes, you can tokenize anything. I think we're going to have a world where everything will be tokenized and will be passed around in a safe fashion. This gentleman's company surpassed 2 billion tokenized transactions per month, up 38% in a single year. MasterCard enabling digital payments in 110 countries. And MasterCard is one of the 22 financial companies that made Forbes' 2023 Blockchain 50 list of billion-dollar companies putting distributed ledger tech to real use. So South Korea to allow the issuance of security token offerings under the capital markets law. Now back to HBAR really quick, we have SB Group, and this is Standard Bank. Right on HEDERA's website discussing a decentralized bond marketplace. And here's a list of benefits below, how public DLTs, not just private, can overcome the challenges faced by bond marketplace participants. Managing the trillions of dollars in bond market investment flows. The tokenization of bonds on a public distributed ledger. And another massive HEDERA partner is Avery Dennison. And Avery Dennison has entered a strategic partnership with the HBAR Foundation that focuses on utilizing HEDERA to enable new decarbonization use cases for Atma.io while driving the adoption of digital ID technologies. So they're leveraging HEDERA's hashgraph into Atma.io, this platform connected product cloud. And what are the top use cases enabled by this partnership? Enables carbon accounting and tokenization for brands on DLT to understand their carbon impact across the supply chain. Helps brands by offering additional carbon reduction measures to achieve net neutrality and move towards carbon net positivity. And facilitates carbon reduction. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, carbon credits, climate change, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's a narrative, and I'm an investor, and if there's utility based upon these narratives that are most likely going to grow, I'm interested. Now, the cool thing about HEDERA is over the past 30 days alone, they have processed over 1 billion transactions, almost 1.4 billion, which is insane. Now, you can learn more at app.metrica.co, you can see right here, and look at the network overview dashboard. Now, King Solomon shared this, and this is available on dragonglass.me, and you can actually go to this website, and I'll show you that. And King Solomon says the HEDERA network processed 1 billion transactions in this month alone. It looks like 1 billion transactions per month is the new standard. And remember why there were so many transactions. This was one single enterprise partner starting to use Hashgraph. You can see this chart, and let's pull it up on this website. So once again, Dragonglass, and over to the right, we're going to scroll down, and we can see transaction volume. So we're on the daily. We can go to the 1 year time frame and just look at this. This is the highest number of transactions we have ever seen. We can see February over 1 billion. We have January at 790 million, and before that, we can go back to June, 11 million transactions to over 1 billion. And as far as I know, this is just 1 or 2 partners. Can you imagine when HEDERA's governing council members, remember Dell just joined, begin to leverage transactions and are transacting HBAR like this all day? So this month right now is the first month in history that HEDERA broke 1 billion transactions in a single month. And according to the guys at HEDERA, they are anticipating to do that in a single week and then eventually 1 billion transactions in a single day. So long term, I'm super interested. And last thing for HBAR, we're excited to announce the launch of Unthink.ai, the first of its kind Web3 e-commerce content creation platform, leveraging the power of AI and HEDERA to streamline advertisement. And remember, you can learn more at hbarfoundation.org, where the HBAR Foundation, to reinvest into its own ecosystem, has allocated over $408 million and has given 225 grants. This is a project that is reinvesting into its own ecosystem to grow it. And if you hold Casper, you're going to want to tune in to the next video. And we're going to finish up with this. A billionaire's portfolio can fluctuate by millions of dollars in a single day. And I know a billionaire, seeing those fluctuations in his portfolio, he can afford it. But we have to understand their mindset. Because there's a lot of young kids in this space that might see a TikTok video and it's the next meme coin or, Shiba Inu or Doge 2.0, and they're going to put $100 into the next meme coin that they found out about on TikTok, and they end up complaining the most, even though they knew it was a gamble to begin with. If you listen to some influencer and they're shilling a crypto asset that has a market capitalization of 2 million and it is backed by some random website and you don't know the team, I don't care if he says it's going to 100x, and deep down it might be too good to be true. So my personal philosophy, and this is only right for myself, if you're willing to gamble $100, $1,000, or $10,000 in any crypto and you want a potential 10x, you have to understand that that risk exists both ways. You have to be emotionally okay with losing all of it before making a decision. If you cannot handle the hypothetical worst case scenario, do not invest. Now, I'm not saying I don't gamble in certain low caps, of course. Sometimes the risk to reward is there. If you could make a 10 or 20x and you're maybe just risking $100 or $500, and it's an amount you don't need to pay the bills for the next year, and if you lost it, you're going to be okay. You're not going to lose sleep. So if I do decide to gamble in low caps, it's an amount I am okay with. It's not going to break the bank. But if you can't handle the hypothetical worst case scenario and you cannot imagine losing $1,000 or $10,000, don't try to 10x or 100x it. So for my personal crypto bags and my long-term holds, my favorite holds including XRP, HBAR, Casper, those are my heaviest positions because there are millions of dollars, if not more, backing these platforms. They have funding to survive. And of course, nothing is guaranteed in crypto, but I'll tell you one thing, I feel a lot safer having a large bag of Casper, XRP, or HBAR rather than risk losing it all in some microcap that could disappear tomorrow. So bottom line, just like everybody says, CZ of Binance, don't invest money you need for the short term. Do not invest what you cannot afford to lose. Investing is extra. First, learn to save your money. Once you create an ample emergency fund or a nest egg for the future, then you can take some of that or start a separate bag and work on growing your money. If you enjoyed this video, I'd greatly appreciate if you could hit the like button, let me know your thoughts down below, and my link tree is linked in the top of this YouTube video description, with all links, crypto resources, and discounts. I'll catch you in the next one.